This is Matt with Bob Johnson's Computer Stuff. Today we're going to be installing a clean install on a CFW8. All you will need is the computer, obviously, and the charger or AC adapter, and Windows 7 installation disk. And if you prefer to use an external keyboard and mouse, as I am here, obviously you will need that as well. The first thing you will need to do is to turn the computer on and boot into BIOS. To turn the computer on, you just need to push push and hold the power switch, which is located in the front left of the computer. Hold it until it turns green. The machine starts to turn on. And then as it's turning on, you press the F2 button to boot into BIOS. Once you're in BIOS, the first thing you're going to want to do is ensure you have the proper settings to allow the booting to the CD. The first setting that you're going to need to worry about is going to show up on the second tab where it says Main. You're going to want to go down to where it says Optical Drive Power, and if it's not already turned on, turn it on. The next setting you're going to want to change, at least temporarily, is to set the first boot option as CD DVD drive, as it is here, and then go ahead and go to Save and Exit, Save Values and Reboot to save your changes. Then as it boots back up, go ahead and open up the disk drive by hitting the switch located here. And apparently there was a disk in there. Once you reach the Install Windows screen, just choose your settings, which for me the default is correct. The language is English, the time and currency format is English United States, and keyboard layout is US. So you would just click Next once you choose your settings. Then if you're installing clean like we are here, you would click Install Now. Next, you'll come across the licensing terms page, which it's just the standard licensing agreements for Windows 7. Just go ahead and skim through it and click the Accept the license term agreement and click Next to proceed through the installation. If you're doing an upgrade, you would obviously choose the upgrade option. If you're doing a clean install, you're going to want to do the Custom Advanced, which is just here. Once you reach this page, this is just asking you how do you want to install your operating system, where you want to install it. If you have partitions on your hard drive already and you want to delete them to do a clean install, you'd click here for Drive Options, and you click each partition that you want to delete, and you would click Delete here. And then once that's done and your drive is completely blank, like this is here, you would click on New, click Apply, and then you would click OK. And it'll set up all the partitions that you will need to install Windows 7. And by default, select the proper partition to put the operating system on. Then you will click Next, and Windows has begun to install. Now this portion of the installation may take a while and it may restart a few times, but for video purposes, we're just going to skip past this part. It's completing its final steps now, and we're going to be moving to the next step shortly. It's restarting for what should be the last time during its setup. Once you get to this page, you will just put in what your username will be. Just for the video purposes and as a default on our images, we usually just put in user, but feel free to put in any username that you would like. And you can also change the computer name if you want now. You can always change this later, just keep in mind. Once you choose your username and your PC name, click next. It'll ask you for a password. You can continue without putting a password in, and if you want one later, you can always put one in later, or you can put one in now. I'm just going to skip this step for now. It's asking you for the product key now. If you have it handy, you can go ahead and put it in now and save yourself a little bit of time further along. At the moment, just for the video's purposes, I'm just going to skip it. In most cases, you're just going to want to choose Use Recommended Settings. Change your time zone to your correct time zone. For us, that would be Eastern Time. Go ahead and make sure you have the right date, which it's currently set to the right date for us here. Click Next. If you have a wireless network you would like to join, you can go ahead and do that now. Now it's just setting up your initial setup after having installed. It'll do this each time you add a new user as well. Just keep that in mind anytime you add a new user. It may take a minute or two for this to complete. Okay, so you're all set up with the clean install. Next step would be to install drivers.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Bob Johnson's Computer Stuff Inc. I'm Solomon, your host, and today we'll be discussing the business ruggedized CFW8.